Good evening, everybody. How was your day? Sorry, don't mind me. I'm kind of tired. Okay. So, I want to quickly talk about the kind of juices that you need to make that can easily help to shrink fibroid fast. I believe on the group I've talked about foods to avoid in shrinking fibroids and foods to take more that helps to shrink fibroid faster. But in terms of juices to shrink fibroids, I want to quickly talk about it. Now, number one uh, uh, thing I will be telling us to encourage more if you want to get fibroid shrinking faster is cabbage. Now, I know a lot of us we're not used to cabbage, but getting cabbage juice is very, very important. The reason is because cabbage has a lot of potassium inside, and whenever you juice a cabbage, juicing cabbage, juicing spinach, juicing pumpkin leaf, which we all call ugu leaf for Igbo people. I mean, virtually everybody knows ugu leaf. Now, when you juice cabbage, spinach, ugu, and celery together, and you drink these juices, it makes fibroids to shrink very, very fast. You see how I emphasize it. It makes them to shrink very, very fast. Now, when you're shrinking fibroids, it's not enough in all the herbal products that you are taking. It's not enough in all the foods that you are avoiding. It's also important in things that you are also taking into your system, which is very, very important. Now, whenever you are taking celery juice, you are taking cabbage juice, you are taking pumpkin juice, you are taking spinach leaf juice, that means all these leaves you can blend them and juice them. It makes fibroid to shrink very, very fast. Another thing I'll be talking about that makes fibroid shrink fast, in addition to all the products that you are taking, is you need to be taking turmeric. Now, this is how you take them. It's either you cut them into pieces and blend them and juice them, or you peel the turmeric raw, you pick the ginger raw, and you cook it with garlic inside. Now, after doing that, you'll be taking that drink morning and night. I'm talking about people that have like fibroids, that they want the fibroid to just shrink within a very shortest period of time. Now, it's not enough for you to avoid bread, avoid rice, avoid red meat, avoid carbonated drinks, avoid junks, avoid pasta, I mean indomie and spaghetti and the likes. These juices help, because when it comes to shrinking fibroid, you need to put things that makes fibroid to run away. You need to put things that makes fibroids to fear. And when you do all these things, they make fibroid shrink faster. Now, a lot of you tell me that doctor, I've been avoiding this, I've been avoiding that, but there's some things that you are not still adding to your diet. Now, when it comes to turmeric is highly anti-inflammatory. It has a lot of antioxidants. It has a lot of things. Is anti-tumor. The same thing with garlic. Garlic is anti-tumor, garlic is antibacterial, garlic is antiviral. Now, when you take them, the same thing happens to ginger as well. When you take these three combined, it will definitely shrink fibroid. I'm so certain about that. Then also, you need to stop taking ice water. I've been emphasizing that in all of my teachings. You need to stop taking ice water. It's very, very important for you to stop taking ice water. Take normal water or warm water. It's very, very important. Then in terms of those of us that we are having bleeding, then we're having pains, if you need that, I can help you get that. Oolong tea is very, very good. It helps to take care of fibroid pains and discomfort and bleeding. Oolong tea is very, very good. And for those of us that we don't have the fibroid shrinking tea, make sure you get green tea. Green tea, that I mean, is the one that is not having caffeine. I've always emphasized that green tea that is not having caffeine. Now, if you take all these juices I've mentioned, combined with the Fibrocare that you are on, the detoxifier, the herbal formula, and the chasteberry, fibroid will definitely shrink. I've always told you that whenever you follow the rules, fibroid will definitely shrink. Let's talk about that. Then in terms of the fertility teas, fertility juices, for those of us that we don't have fibroid but we're trying to get pregnant, I know most of us, we must have heard about beetroot. Beetroot, it looks like It looks like potato, but it's not potato, but it's reddish in color. It has a lot of antioxidant as well, and it helps blood flow into your uterus. You now have to learn how to take beetroot and apple and carrot. You are going to be blending them together. Then you squeeze lemon also, not lime, lemon also it is. Now you make sure you drink them often as well, for those of us that we're trying to get pregnant. Then for those of us also that we observe that maybe there might be some things happening within our uterus, maybe the irregularity of periods, or we always have cramps. Whenever you know that your period is about coming, peel ginger. Boil ginger. After peeling it, boil it for 20 minutes, then squeeze lemon inside it. Whenever you take it, it will clean your uterus. Now when you follow all these things I'm telling you, you will definitely have result. You will definitely have result with all the things that you will be taking. If you follow them, you will definitely have result. For the oolong tea, for those of us that will be needing, maybe for those of us that are having a lot of discomfort right now on our fibroids, or we are having what do we call it there, we are having bleeding, we can help you get oolong tea. Then for those of us that we are having large fibroids, you need to be patient. Fibroid is not something that goes within 2 days or 3 days or even within 3 weeks. You need to be patient. Follow every rule that we've been giving you, and you will definitely have result. Then for those that are always asking, the price is too much, sometimes I wonder, like, maybe most people just want us to give them herbs free. Herbs that work, they are not cheap. What did I say again? Herbs that work, they are not cheap. Quality things in life are always having the price tag. Fine, I might be a nice doctor, but at times when people overprice things, it makes you look like, what do you do again to satisfy them? And funny enough, most of the people that are overpricing these things, they are the people that when doctor tell them that they are going to do surgery at 120, 300,000, 250,000, they start looking for money. The money that we ask you to get this product, they are infinitesimal to the cost of surgery. So whenever we tell you an amount, know that we have discounted it. For me, I don't know any other person. I'm a very, very considerate person. I think about people when giving price, and I try to consider even the situation of the country. So when I tell you price, know that I've already thought much about you before giving you price. And I've been discounting a lot of people just to help a lot of people to get rid of fibroids. Then for people that are having hormonal imbalance, let me explain a little bit. Fibrocare works for fibroids, it works for ovarian cyst, it works for hormone imbalance, it works for people that are trying to get pregnant. Then it also works in unblocking fallopian tube. But for fallopian tube unblocking, there's a particular product that I add to your kit in unblocking fallopian tube. Then if you know that you have unblocked tube and it was caused by PID, let me know. We need to treat the infection first before unblocking your tube. And if you follow all these things, you will definitely have testimony. I still got another testimony yesterday of another person getting pregnant from the group. God has been helping us. If you follow all these things I'm telling you, you will definitely get pregnant. And with God, nothing is impossible. Thank you, everybody.